Hi there. Do you love to draw? Would you like to learn how to draw characters in 4 different styles? Okay, choose your skill level. Great. This is the first video in the first series that takes you all the way through these 4 finished characters step by step, starting with the simplest, then adding some variations to give you an arsenal of drawing ammunition. Let's get started. It all starts with your art supplies. You want to make sure that you have the best, most expensive art supplies. Don't go for these Prismacolor pencils. They were made for professional artists and have a reputation for quality and reliability. Instead, use a pencil you found in your mom's junk drawer in the kitchen. Great choice. Let's add the finishing touches. Is the cheesy pencil cover coming off? That's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. Now that we've effectively established that the quality of your art supplies does not matter whatsoever, we can get started. Since this first one is going to be the simplest out of the 4, we're going to start with 6 guidelines evenly spaced. Instead of a ruler, you can use an old envelope or folded paper. Next, label the lines. No, don't label them like that, you ignorant sweet potato. Label them 1 through 6. There you go. At lines 2 through 4, make a rectangle made of 2 squares. We can pretend these squares make a couple. Let's name them Jason and Piper. And what does every couple need? That's right, a 3rd wheel. Draw the circly wheel up at the top in the same space that another square would be. Let's name him Leo. Now draw a line from the bottom corner of the rectangle all the way down to Wisconsin at guideline 6. Then follow the line to the bathroom. Go ahead and take another trip to Wisconsin, then head back to the bathroom because it was a long drive. Draw triangles for feet, precisely however big you want them to be. When you hit a golf ball, you yell 4. So naturally, draw a line from the top corner of the rectangle down to guideline 4. Let's decapitate Jason with a brick, right in half. Then follow where the decapitation meets the side of the rectangle down to the wrist at guideline number 4. Repeat on the other side. The hands are going to be the simplest of all 4 of these characters. Circles. Slightly more toward the body, not directly centered. If you want the hands and feet to look proportionate, make the hands just a tiny bit smaller than the feet, but just barely. Then, for the fingers, draw T's on the inside of the hands, because this girl is gonna be a tease. Don't go in too deep, she's pretty shallow. Draw 2 light circles, crossing right at the armpit, whatever size you want the breast to be. Then, erase where the skin merges into the chest. This will make U's that are slightly tilted inward. Next, add a wide squished V shape to her plumbing to represent where her legs fold and meet the body. And don't forget the knotted remnants of flesh left over from the severed umbilical cord, belly button, right in the middle of the bottom square. Erase the guidelines and you're done. And boom goes the dynamite. Sure, champ, we'll name her Gretchen. Yes. What's that? You want to try some variations on our characters? Okay, first start with the same guidelines for the appendages and body as our female, but without the breasts. I guess you could add breasts, but we'll do a trans tutorial later. Variation number 1. The head is still going to be touching the top at line 1, but it's going to be smaller. Now divide the space into thirds. Then extend the 2 dividing lines down, curving around to meet the shoulders. Good job. Variation number 2. Let's make the circle fist a little more dynamic. Start with a line extending horizontally toward the waist. Then a slightly longer line at a bit of an angle toward the body. Connect the 2 to make a triangle. Now, just above the lowest point of that triangle, draw a line going away from the body that connects back to the wrist, making a weird rectangle thing. Now finish with the same T-shape as before to indicate the fingers. Instead of breasts, draw short lines at an inward angle where the armpit is. This represents very simply where the pectoral muscles will be. Let's make things a little more fun and interesting. For this next variation of the female, we're going to make her an assassin. We'll design her clothes in the third video. Variation number 1. Since she's going to be our assassin, the body is going to be made of 2 triangles because she's a double agent for the Illuminati. The first triangle connects the shoulders to her inguinal canal. The what? It helps to curve the lines outward a bit. The second triangle connects the bottom corners at her hips to her trachea. Make sure the 2 triangles converge at the middle, which is guideline number 3. Connect the arms to the halfway mark at the top section of the triangle. Repeat on the other side. Is the dip in the middle of your torso where the elbows would be? Good job, you're learning fast. Variation number 2. Draw the head as an oval, consuming the top 3/4 of the top square. Do you remember how you did the neck for the male? This will be the same 1/3 curve around the shoulders as before. Now you need to add the tilted U's, the squished V, and the knotted remnants of flesh, belly button. Alright, on to our second male. Variation number 1. Extend the top of the rectangle out a tiny bit. This will broaden the shoulders. Why? Because he's a warrior. Variation number 2. Create a slight thickness for his wrists for bigger arms. Variation number 3. Draw his shoulder muscle halfway between guideline number 2 and number 3. Simply indicating the deltoid muscle like this will make him appear to be more muscular. Variation number 4. Draw a line going across for the pecs, with a vertical line in the middle. He needs more muscles. Variation number 5. Square off the jaw to make him appear more masculine. We will add the face, hair, clothes, and shading to these characters in the next videos. Hi guys, thanks for watching. My name is Andrew Bosch, and the character in this is based off of my son Xavier, who's a little over a year old, and he is adorable. And his nickname is Zabio, so that's where the name for this YouTube channel came from, Zabio Arts. So yeah, there's going to be 3 more series, styles, chibi, manga, and realistic. So subscribe to keep up with the videos to come, and until we meet again, have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching. Oh, it's a receipt.